5 Grade 1 races on the TVG Super Saturday card. And one of the most anticipated will be the Grade 1 Joe Hirsch Turf Classic, named for the legendary turf rider who worked for the Daily Racing Form for most of his career. Welcome to Belmont, New York, Todd Schrupp, along with Paul Lo Duca and Tom Cassidy. And when you look at the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational, he has to start with Main Sequence. This is a horse that you saw for his U.S. debut down at Belmont Park. He was awesome in the United Nations, and he followed up with a very nice win in the Sword Dancer.
And you know, a lot of times what you see in a North American debut, a horse get away slowly. And that's what we saw in the UN, and he followed up that big effort, that upset at 8-1 in the UN, with another big victory in the Sword Dancer next time out. The only difference that day, he was favored in that field.
Imagining holding on to that lead. Twilight Eclipse has had the length of the stretch to get by him, and Main Sequence fires very late in the game. Coming down to the finish, Imagining, Main Sequence, here's the finish. Main Sequence got there.
Paulie, he does run his races upside down from last to first. Is he up against it pace-wise in this race?
No, I think he's the real deal. He won the United Nations off a 9-month layoff, and he improved. I cannot believe that he won the Sword Dancer last time. He got stone left and made basically a 5-furlong move and ran down Imagining, who's a second choice anyway in here. If this horse breaks, to me, this horse has got a big shot tomorrow and is going to have a big shot maybe moving forward.
They don't call him the Lord of the Lawn for nothing. Our colleague Simon Bray certainly has an opinion on the Grade 1 Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational.
It's all about Main Sequence for me in a division, the middle distance turf division, that's been crying out for a pro tem leader. These horses have been beating each other. Imagining, Real Solution, Big Blue Kitten, they take turns in beating each other. That's why you end up with Main Sequence. He's 2 for 2. He has that European form, and his last 2 starts have been incredible. I was at Monmouth and saw his US debut. He closed into a slow pace, 49 for the half mile, came back with a win in the Sword Dancer, a half mile in 47. He can do it all. He won't be winning by 5 lengths, but it doesn't matter. He'll get there in the end. It's Main Sequence for me in the Turf Classic.
I'm gathering there's a lot of enthusiasm for the most likely favorite in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational. That's Main Sequence. So who are you guys picking?
He's going to be the horse to beat. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to go to Big Blue Kitten, coming off that second-place effort in the Grade 3 cliffhanger at Monmouth Park last time out. You know, Winning Cause just kind of got the jump on the race. It was a great ride that day aboard Winning Cause. Big Blue Kitten had too far to come from too little time to do it, but he really came rolling late. He was only beaten half a length when all was said and done. And let's not forget, he loves the turf course here at Belmont Park. He's a nice horse, and I think he's going to get overlooked because of a defeat at Monmouth last time out.
Yeah, I think Main Sequence is going to take all the money because just the way he won last time out, I think he's the one to beat. That would be my selection. But Hangover Kid for me, Jason Service, he gets him ready off layoffs. That horse is going to be a bomb in this race. Use that horse in your exotics.
The Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational is part of the Win and You're In series leading to the Breeders' Cup Turf. Here's how it's played out so far. And you'll notice Main Sequence already got there with that win in the United Nations, but could bolster his resume. Sits 2 for 2 here in the United States, trying to make it 3 for 3 if he can win on TVG Super Saturday in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational. You can not only watch all the coverage on site here at Belmont Park, you can play it at tvg.com if you're a TVG account holder. Go to tvg.com, pick up the phone, call 1-888-752-9884. You must be 21 years or older and reside in a state where wagering services are available.